So after Mehul, I took some time and I talked about a water reuse research foundation project called Innovative Reclaimed Water Treatment Technologies. This project was funded by the Southwest Florida Water Management District and WateReuse, and it included a team, Carl Linden, who's now at University of Colorado at Boulder, Carollo, and the USDA led by Jeanette Thurston. This project's goal was to find the lowest cost technologies to deal with these trace organics and with pathogens. And we looked at everything you could think of, from simple stuff like chlorination to plasmas, electron beam, UV, peroxide combinations, ozone, etc. And one of the key components of the evaluation, though, is that these technologies had to be market ready. That not only would they work at a bench or a small scale, but that we could build 10 to 20 million gallon a day treatment facilities to deal with these trace organics. So the testing showed a lot of good stuff. Things like UV at low reclaimed water doses does destroy some of these trace organics. Adding peroxide makes it even better. Looked at things like peracetic acid, and it showed how it can destroy these trace organics to a certain amount, and you can combine it with UV for any even better performance. Titanium dioxide with UV had some really encouraging results. There were still some things that had to be studied. In the end, going through all the processes, we came up with that at this time, ozone alone, you don't need peroxide, ozone alone was the lowest cost technology to handle these trace organics and pathogens all at once.
To conclude the workshop, we talked about the third topic of emphasis that WERF is embarking on, and that's public communication and outreach. We know that many professionals in our industry are not good communicators with the public. We created our own communication, our own terms and how we are communicating about trace organics in the environment. But as this communication comes out to the public, it sounds very fearful to them and has caused alarm at many places. So Linda MacPherson from CH2 and Hill presented the findings of a recent WERF study that she was a team member of, called The Communication Principles and Practices, Public Perception and Message Effectiveness. And the issue of that, the focus of this project was how are we communicating with the public, and how does this result in fear and lack of trust in the water quality due to trace organic presence. So essentially what we have done, and what was Linda talking about, is that we create terms that sound very fearful, emerging chemicals of emerging concern, and we study these issues a lot just to then go back to the public and tell them, well, you don't really need to be concerned about it because the levels are so low that there is no human health effect. So another example she gave was the importance of, or the perception of, methods of detection. So we know that with the advancements we have made in detection limits and analytical methods, we are now able to detect trace organics in every water. That does not mean that there is necessarily a health impact, but the public doesn't understand that. For them, detection means danger. So this project has developed a series of recommendations on what utilities and professionals in our field can do better to communicate with the public. And examples of that was very direct, proactive communication, call the issues what they are, call the compounds what they are, pharmaceuticals, personal care products, don't invent names that don't give the picture to the public. Or use experts out of the community that the community actually trusts in communication.